Hello, hi, it's Aya, obviously. Today's video is about to be a little different. Because it was too long, we had to split it into two parts. So one part is coming out today, which is what you're about to watch, hopefully. And the second part is coming Wednesday. So thank you for watching, subscribe, do all the thing, but let's get straight to it. Let's go.
Rappers do this all the time. There's nothing wrong.
Go.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Naledi Mallela, your product to the east himself, king of southern which drinks who else, the only boy who drinks his fancy just like James Bond. Shaking, not stirring. And welcome to the #1 podcast in Eastern Caves. Go. I'm a little bit nervous for today's interview, though.
What's wrong?
Because, bro, you know when you're around somebody head up hot, you mustn't just say anything. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna elevate today. You know what I'm saying? Brother, who we got today?
Hey, bro, this person's been requested for a while. I think we were trying to get her last year.
The whole of this London.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. What? This person is busy, guys.
The whole of this London said we lied when we said she's
bro.
Hey.
This is July. This is July.
Impossible. I was like,
Bro. But today, we have with over 72,000 followers.
Yo, that's 72 more followers than I do.
Just 72. Just 72.
A few thousand too.
And 72,000 subscribers on Instagram with over 5 million.
What?
Now listen, 5 million views on YouTube. We have your ultimate fave, Naledi Mallela. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, you make me so important.
You are. You are.
Who are these 5 million followers?
Who has 5 million views?
It must be this cause of chance.
No. I just can't believe the fact that 5 million people have viewed any of my videos.
Right.
All 5 million of you. And nothing better to do.
Oh, I checked.
Well,
Nothing better to do.
nothing better to do.
You know, there was a time I stopped watching your videos because I started laughing like you. Oh my god!
No, I get that a lot. I get that a lot. So, like, a lot of people will even comment and say, does anybody start laughing when they see Naledi's upload, even without me?
Bro!
Is that what I am to a joke? Am I a joke?
No! You are just so... You have a vibe, you have an aura. You know that you people... There's a lot of people who want to be celebrities. A lot of people want to be influencers.
Of course.
But you have to have that vibe. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have that, bro. Because wow. Like, I legit fell in love with your videos instantly.
Really?
Bruh!
So you don't love me, okay?
Oh!
Hey, honestly, I think the thing for me was like, I was trying to break away from the norm, right?
Yeah.
Every girl that looks pretty is supposed to be doing makeup and doing the shia and sleeping like this.
Yeah.
Me, I can't.
Yeah!
I really can't. It's so hard for me to be anything outside of myself. So I was like, alright man, if I can make this work for me, I'm gonna do it. And whoever's gonna relate to that will then subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Is this somebody you've always been, like even in school or maybe around your family? Have you always been that loud spoken person you can't fit into the crowd?
Definitely. I've always been super loud. I've always been super vibrant. You know what? I'd like to thank all my exes who...
Oh my God.
I'd like to thank them because... Wow. I am a lot. I'm a lot. But I've always been this person.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Have you ever met like negative people attacking you like, no, you're too loud, or I don't like the way you think?
Oh,
You're
no,
never gonna
definitely.
make it as a YouTuber because of the way you are.
Oh no, definitely. And I had this conversation last year that I do feel like I was blackballed for my personality in the YouTube space. It took so many people fighting for me in the background for people to get to a point and say, no, actually, despite Naledi's personality, she has actual influence.
Are they gatekeepers in the YouTube?
Oh, yeah, now you're asking the right question. Listen to my dad, I want to know if there's gatekeepers. And I'm here to tell you, yes, they are. Yes.
So the YouTube community is a community, bro. Like there's bits and pieces. What you know about is this one and this one. And if you don't get along with this one, you don't do so many views.
It's the same as like the popular world and how it works, right? There's always a small group of people who have access to everything and everyone wants to be like them or aspires to be like them. The YouTube community is exactly the same. The only problem is, in our YouTube community, well, the South African demographic, people don't want to branch out of what they already are being exposed to. Now in America, there's various types of YouTube things. I learned how to fry bacon and make it crispy and you know, in the South African demographic, if you're a girl, you must be a beauty influencer. Why? And if you're a boy, you must be funny. Or have a podcast.
Okay, I found that one. I found that one.
So you see, we're stereotype basically.
We are black. Awesome from the Eastern Cape who have a podcast.
What are we doing right?
Doesn't get more basic.
Like blame your parents. Your parents really?
But really, man, like this YouTube thing, I've been even saying that there's gatekeepers there. That's a surprise for a lot of people. One of the things about YouTube, like people that don't actually know, like I know they looked at American YouTubers and they're like, yo, okay, so it's like this and like that and like that. But we in South Africa now, we have to be realistic with certain situations and what we go through.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to give you typical examples, right? So now beauty influencers, and now I'm just making a general example, is that we take westernized, or like we look at these westernized videos for like Americans, where they speak and they go, okay guys, I got this from the drugstore. So we incorporate that without realizing that you can just say you got it from Clicks or from Discount, right? And we should be more comfortable with embracing our colloquialism. Yes, I'm using them big words, what I'm trying to say is there are more personalities outside of the very prim and proper. And I wanted to be the one to show people that you can be loud, you can have a very, very weird laugh, and still be able to make it in the YouTube space. You just have to differentiate yourself.
Beautiful. But like, did you ever get to a point, because you had a 9 to 5, right? I mean, that was up until last year when you decided to do YouTube full time.
Yes, I told my dad, I was like, I'm tired.
Waking up every day. How was that still for you? Because like being in the corporate world as well, I was trying to do YouTube on the side, saying, this is my side job. That there's security in there. But how did it feel being like, okay, now I'm breaking away from this and pursue this full time?
Now I'm gonna be dead honest with you, right? When I can't say that I come from a fairly comfortable home. So when I was still studying, I knew that I wanted to study further. So I knew that I wanted to do more than an undergrad or more than a bachelor. So I was given that freedom up until my honors point. So I still worked. I worked for everybody else except going back to working for family as a last resort. But I started with, earning 3.5 a month, 3.5 working in Sunny Hill, 3.5 I earned 3.5 a month, guys. I would drive to Sunny Hill whilst doing my honors. I really had to scrunch up for it. My dad is he's a very like humble Samantha. And they're like, Samantha, look at me, I'm beautiful. How am I supposed to go through all that struggle? No.
So in going that, what I'm saying, as your dad was like a type of strict vibe, when you say that I'm quitting this job and I want to be a YouTuber, did you take pride first of all in being a YouTuber, or did you like, hey, I'm embarrassed? You know what I'm saying?
No, my dad was like, no. My dad was like, what are you doing? We had a fight about it for a long time. It's not like I went to him and sat him down and said, look, I'm quitting my job like I'm having a baby. I basically said that, listen, with time, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to show you that at some point or the other, this is going to become my career. Because I knew for a while that I don't know what I want to do with my schooling career. Like, I'm brilliant at marketing, but I don't want to be a marketing analyst. I don't want to be a media. Like, I knew deep down, what, corporate is not for me. But what is for me? Obviously making people laugh.
Anyway, and it's treating you well. It's treating you well. I remember hearing that you were about to interview Wendy flippin' Williams.
What? Hey,
that was the highlight of my career.
I can imagine. Wait,
We swear. I'm like, and then after that they came back, Naledi. And I'm like, didn't I put you guys in the spam folder?
Leave us what they came to do.
They found me on Instagram after I had ignored the email 2 months prior.
What?
They were like, hi Naledi, we sent you a DM regarding lifetime. And I'm like, okay, let me read it again. She even called me. She was like, listen, it's not a hoax. We really do want to work with you. We feel like you'd be a great candidate.
Oh, okay.
And initially I was like, y'all gonna pay me for this, right? They were like, no, Camilo.
Wow.
No, but it was, the experience was far more rewarding.
Sometimes do you have to take like those free gigs? Or
You do. Sometimes
She's here for free, Jenny.
but there's a difference. I'm all for doing this if we're helping each other.
Yes,
So you put him on the Kosa man.
No, I'm not about putting people on. People that put me on, I put people on. And then there are those ones who have the budget. I'm not trying to sound greedy, but pay me. No, pay.
You seem really passionate about when you came here, right?
Yeah.
You were like you all thought up basically. You know
Yes.
We had a conversation with Miss Cosmo as well, and she feels as well. Anywhere she goes, even if it's the smallest podcast or to the biggest interview or whatever you're doing, gig, you have to dress up. Why is that? I didn't even know that was like also in the YouTube space as well.
Honestly, I used to be hobo chic, dude. I used to go with my dad's skinny, you know those sort of shorts. I'd go with the big oversized top to Willie's and no one would notice me. Then I papa one day and I went to the liquor store, pick up a liquor. Mid-aisle, some girls like,
Naledi.
It was hot.
They caught you slipping.
It literally sunk in for me that, oh shit, okay, I didn't realize that people know me like that. Obviously, because a lot of people know I'm in the South, if they identify and they watch my videos, they might just figure out what I look like. Because I was wearing a beanie and I looked like a boy.
Yeah.
Or maybe I think she heard my voice.
Yeah, I know your voice.
She tapped me and she's like, are you that? Oh my god.
I want to turn up a killer to go up and tell.
And guys, I swear to God, I know a lot of people are gonna say, no, that never happened. It happened. It really happened. I'm swearing on my fingers.
So that moment woke you up and you were like, I'm gonna dress for the partner.
No, because I was just like, oh fine. I do have my days where I really just chill, right? But because this is a podcast and I don't know why in the back of my mind I thought you guys might be recording. But I was just like, I'd like to look good. I just like to look good.
I'm good.
One of you guys want to ask me, you know?
I mean.
Make it loud. I'm older than you.
First of all,
I'm older than you. I'm older than both of you.
Get to the age part because now this is gonna be awkward. What if we still want to do shot?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Take a guess.
You're 23.
okay. And how old am I?
22?
So he looks younger. Everyone says this.
You look younger than him, definitely.
It's because I'm trying to grow some.
Wait, you're the older one?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yep.
20! I feel like there's no other number. I feel like you just finished your
It's not
teens
going anywhere.
last year.
Yes.
You were done being in your teens.
I mean, I'm still old enough, you know.
Yeah, you know.
So how old are you, right?
I'm 19.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Now, lady doesn't want to catch a case, bro.
No, but we look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are legal. I'm just so shocked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah.
You know, these baby boys are about to steal us, guys. You baby boys are going to look like women, okay? You need to calm it down and start looking like your age.
No, man.
Please.
But like, you know, I follow you closely, bro. Like, honestly. I saw that you like don't really like being categorized as a beauty influencer.
Yo, I hate it.
Why?
Because I feel like I don't identify with that. I feel like a lot of my content is centered around entertainment, it's centered around storytelling, it's centered around food. Yes, that's what I started as. But I'm not a beauty influencer. I'm a digital content creator.
How the scale about
Ah, man, What do you like? What do you do? Digital content creation.
I didn't know that.
That sounds good. Because if you say influencer, they go, oh, social media, Instagram, you take pictures for the brand. No, I'm a digital content creator.
Yeah. So that's like confidence goes a long way with brands and feeling like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's very important for you to find like your brand and find yourself. And I say this to you guys as well. Brands really pay attention to what you identify with, because then it'll help them decipher if they give you campaigns or not, or if they want to work with you. If you don't know what space you play in, then brands also don't know what space you play in, and they're not sure if they can trust you to basically bring the returns, right? And I didn't know for a long time. I thought I was a beauty influencer. I thought I was a beauty content creator. But I realized only last year, coronavirus, that
What's the blueprint with dealing with brands? And is it okay to like demand certain things, or should you be open to whatever they have their ideas, or anything like that?
Never sleep on your value.
That's cool.
And it was a hard lesson for me to learn. It was a hard knock for me to take. There were certain things where, yes, brands will, when you start, it's like any other job. Start, keep your head down, keep working, work on your progress. I used to cry the whole of last year about the fact that brands would overlook me, I wasn't getting campaigns, but that didn't stop me from my momentum. So when I started the new year, there were people who were like, actually now, we're going to take our chance on Naledi. And now I'm the one that says, actually that price is too small.
Let's go, champ.
It takes time though. It takes time on the channel. But it's worth it.
So being in that space where you're like, people are overlooking me, and then you see other people doing the things, you know what I'm saying, and getting the brands, do you look at them? Is there jealousy? What do you feel in those moments?
So in those moments, to be really honest with you, I am a very competitive person naturally, right? So I'm not gonna lie and say there isn't a pang of jealousy. There is a pang of shit. What am I doing wrong? And a lot of the time, this was the one mistake that I made, and I don't know if I communicated this on the channel. One of my she's a good friend to me, Michali, right? She was once someone I looked up to and admired because of how fast she moved up the ranks, right? But then when I realized that our content is completely different, then I realized the mistake I'm making is trying to blueprint someone whom we're not even playing in the same space anymore.
Yes.
Right? You make the mistake of wanting to be like someone when you don't realize what your value is and what you bring to the table. Once you realize that, actually, Naledi, this is your space. You'll never compare yourself with anyone ever again.
Beautiful. And that's you're a very, very open person.
I am.
Just with us talking to and with your followers on your channel. Do you ever, sometimes my people might be like, I told her, this together. Do you ever get to a point where, because of your openness, you get people trying to like stalk or follow you?
Yes, there are people. Yes, I think the most difficult thing about this newfound, I don't want to call it fame because it's not fame to me, but this newfound awareness when it comes to me is that abantu, they want to say, how did you do it? Tell me how you did it. And I'm like, if you had followed me the whole journey, I started in 2016. If you had even watched any of my content, you would have seen how difficult and taxing it is. There is no formula. I don't want to lie. I can give the tips and be honest and say, you know what? First things first, you don't have to limit yourself to be a beauty influencer. You can be funny. Like me. Look.
Like me, okay.
But also, there is no blueprint. Keep at your craft. Perfect your craft. And people don't want to do that. People just want to, how do I get the numbers and then I'll focus on the content after. That's how it works.
There's this thing we started saying, I think it was last year. Wow, it doesn't matter how many, it's about who. And that's what thing we started saying, because like we realized that in trying to get into the space that we're trying to break into now, is relationships matter. Relationships matter.
They do.
And luckily we've been fortunate enough to meet people who are very open, like you, obviously, and they were able to teach us a lot. Because we're from East London. A lot of people on that side don't like to clap. That's cool. But like,
East London.
so now
Aisha, if there's one thing I love is to collab. But a lot of people don't like it because they feel like, why must I help you better yourself when no one helped me better myself? As in the black culture,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Can you leave
Yeah.
You have the thing I also want to you're gonna be calm, boy. You're gonna be calm. But what's decent? Nah, for what?
No, man, like you see, you collabed with Nell.
Yes, no, that's one.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, and I love her. Love her. I think the one thing that I like about Nemo is that she shares the same sentiments with me about helping other people grow. Yeah, but you know, again, even when we started and we spoke, we clicked. We literally clicked to a point where we were like, you know what? I don't know, we forged a friendship. Out of that collab, we actually became friends.
That's beautiful.
And I love that.
That's beautiful. Because I actually wanted to ask about, are you guys friends in this space? Because the beauty space is very competitive. Like, hey.
I know who I'm friends with, and my friends are not in the beauty industry. That's all I'm saying. They're not in the beauty YouTube space. Very few, very little. Most of them are digital content creators, and they're not even focused on beauty.
Just like
so, I play in the beauty space. I'm like, but deep down, I'm just like, hey, I know you don't like me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna assume one thing here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna assume a lot of men are attracted to me.
Okay. I would say that's an assumption.
You assume wrong.
Okay.
When somebody is super attractive, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you put in his mind like, oh, I would love to be with this person. So when you say a little bit of thing of, oh, you can't shoot your shot, you know what I'm saying? You build up that hope, you know. And then sometimes people overshoot. They're like, okay, if she's flirting with me, maybe I don't take it as a jokey. It means she wants me. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been in those situations where people are just shooting shot unnecessarily? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean about guys don't want you? What do you mean?
No, okay, so my chat is this, ne? My DMs are dry as
Excuse me?
The driest! It's women, I swear, it's women constantly saying, I love your content. Then it's women constantly saying, hey girl, I have this issue, confession sessions. But it's rarely ever men. And if it's men, it's catfishes. Or it's niggas who are like, hey baby, I want to give you your account number. And I want to give it to you, but I'm not gonna throw me out into the thing. I just want to throw it in.
Hey, I'll give you $3,000 per month.
No, then you gotta bend over for it. You see, it's no. Hey, I'm only stating the facts.
Hey, that is for Mahana.
I mean, people ask for pictures of your feet, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, there was a guy who asked for pictures of my toes, and he was willing to pay me.
Did you get it?
I am so upset that I fumbled that bag.
So you're gonna do it firstly?
I want to do it because it's weird. No, it's not weird. It's actually kind of sexy, but it would have been sexy if it was a nigga I actually wanted.
Ooh, okay.
Guys,
make sure that you are watching.
Taking the tools with the ass. But no, men don't ask.
Do you have a fetish?
Do I have a fetish?
Yeah.
When you say fetish, right? When you say fetish, people are easy. It's easy to assume like, oh yeah, I like to lick toes and lick it. Yeah. I wouldn't call it a fetish. I've just got some freaky interests. You know?
So choking vibes.
Yeah. Choke me, daddy.
Oh my God.
Choke me, daddy.
Wow. So you jump for anything?
Always. No, I don't want to say too much because I don't know if I'm
okay.
But honestly, yes, very sexually liberated. I love it. I'm a Scorpio.
Same.
Really?
Date?
Oh, I'm on the 11th of November.
15. What?
Gotta from brothers on in that clip.
I'm gonna see my Capricorn ass right here. You know?
Oh no! You a cap.
No one's ever called Capricorn.
Caps and cappy. Oh, let me say that to cap.
What?
As this one irony. That's one camera.
Who cap? What's your name?
Ironic. So, as you say, you are sexually liberated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a thing people are only discovering right now.
Yeah.
Like people, like especially women, like discovering themselves and things like that. But I feel like you're very confident in bed. You know what I'm saying? And not every guy can match up to that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I mean, I once did a video where I tried an enhancement pole, right? And I obviously told my experience. I'm really into exploring.
What's an enhancement pole?
The pink pill.
Females have a big pill.
I did a video on it, guys.
We only got about once in a while.
No, I'm very open about things like that, and I embrace things like that. I embrace women trying different things because not every day we're going to be horny and ready for you like
Okay.
no, we're not soldiers. We're not soldiers. But like I want women to not be afraid to try new things. It can't just be sex must always be missionary and I love you and kissy and kissy. No. It must be a lot of and be embarrassed or something.
You must be embarrassed. You must look at yourself in the mirror. You must know.
You must go. Naledi, you did that.
You gotta see the shower like this, right?
You must really just go.
Yeah.
When you guys look at each other, when you pass each other in the passage.
I need some time. I need some time.
Maybe I won't shoot my shot. I don't have enough stamina. Clear.
Bro.